Hi Stampers, it's Nancy from Stamp and Shout. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's day 5 of our Joy of Noel series. So we're working with the Joy of Noel stamp set, and it also comes with coordinating dies. And today it's all about making spirits bright. So I have a couple of cards to share with you today, so I'm really excited about that. The first card is like just pure merriment with a twist of non-traditional colors. So I have the Highland Heather matched up with the red cardstock. And what a perfect way to add a pop of festive joy to your holiday greetings. This is such a fun card. I love it. Now the other one, it's all about brightness and elegance. So same layout, just with rich copper and cool blues and greens. So I created a card that shimmers, which did a little bit of sophistication. So it's really pretty. So I don't know if you're like me, but when I send out cards, I actually make all the cards, put them all on my desk. My husband comes in and he goes, okay, that one's going to so-and-so. How about if we send that one to so-and-so? So it's like each card has its own personality, and we know which person to send them to. So yeah, this one is just really shimmery and shiny. I just love it. It's kind of timeless. So join me today. Stay to the end. We'll do a little bit of a recap on all the cards that we did this week, and let's get started with today. So in addition to the Joy of Noel dies and stamp set, I'm also using the Countryside Corner dies. I use Pretty Peacock. On the inside, I have Very Vanilla, and on the front, Very Vanilla. And then I have a piece of Designer Series paper. This is from the All About Autumn Designer Series paper. And yes, it is available, so it goes fast. It comes and it goes. So if you like it, get it while you can. I also have a matte piece of Pretty Peacock and a smaller piece of Very Vanilla. And then I'm using copper foil. You can use gold foil, just as beautiful. And then I have a small piece of Very Vanilla. So these are the pieces that I cut out of the Countryside Corner dies. I have a scrap that we're going to stamp the floral image on, and a scrap that we're going to stamp the sentiment on. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the Distressed Tiles embossing folder, and I'm going to emboss both the copper piece and the smaller Very Vanilla piece that we cut out with the Countryside Corners. So I will do that, give it lots of pretty texture, and I will be right back. Okay, so both of those are texturized, and I'm sure you can see on the foil all that pretty texture. I really like this embossing folder. Really adds a lot to your card. Okay, now let's do a little bit of stamping, and we're going to heat emboss it. And like I said, I'm using the copper embossing powder. You can use the gold foil and the gold embossing powder if you'd like. Both will be very pretty. So I'm going to just put my little embossing buddy on there. I'm going to bring in Versamark. And I'm going to ink up both the sentiment and my floral image. We'll do these both at once. Both of those are embossed, and now they're nice and shiny and pretty. So I think we'll put together pieces of our card before we do that front focal piece. I'm going to glue the DSP to the center of the front of our card. And I'm going to glue these two pieces together, the matte piece with the Very Vanilla piece. And I'm going to glue our two Countryside Corner pieces together. Okay, I want to say that one more time because I think I might have said it wrong. But in case I say something wrong, don't worry about it, because I have project sheets on my blog. So if you go to stampandshout.blogspot.com and you scroll down, you'll see a project sheet with all the sizes, the supplies I used, and shopping links. I also have a link that says project sheet. If you scroll down below this video in the description, just scroll down, you'll see all the supplies I used, and you'll see project sheet. And that'll also take you right to my blog, so you can see the supplies and the measurements and the shopping links. So we have on the front a piece of Very Vanilla with a piece of Designer Series paper, and I glued that to the front of the card. I glued these two pieces together. You can see there's just a small margin of the pretty peacock behind it there. And then I glued these two pieces together. So the gluing is done. But for the front, I'm so excited. This is my new favorite thing to do. It's to watercolor using the Wink of Stella pen. So by doing that, it's not a lot of water, so you can use regular cardstock. And after you're done, because you're using that Wink of Stella, it gives it a beautiful, beautiful shine. It's really pretty. So I'm going to bring in a stamping block, and that's going to be my little ink palette. And the inks I'm going to use are Real Red, Old Olive, Pretty Peacock, and Mossy Meadow. So I'm going to start with the Real Red. And I'm just going to tap the corner of my inking, my block, my stamping block, with the ink. And now I have the ink there. And again, that's going to be my little palette, my little painter's palette. So I'm just going to shake this up, make sure it's got all that glitter going. And I'm just going to pick up, I want to get a scrap here. So I'm just going to pick up some of that red ink and swirl it around. And then I'm going to color in all the little berries. And it's got pretty, pretty glitter in there. When it starts getting light, just pick up a little bit more ink. Okay, now you just clean the brush off on a scrap, just like that, till it's clean. And then you can pick up another color. So next I'm going to do the Old Olive. I'm just going to tap the other corner of my stamping block. And I'm going to color in the holly leaves with Old Olive. Clean my brush off. And there's a little pine leaf here. I'm going to color it in with a darker green. I'm going to try Mossy Meadow. And then the Pretty Peacock, I'm going to color in the leaves with Pretty Peacock. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but it's very, very shiny. So my tip would be, when you're doing this, to go ahead and spread this ink out a little bit before you add it to your cardstock, because you can always add more. So if it's too dark, this got a little dark for me, but I'm gonna live with it. I like it, but obviously it lightens up as you use it, so you can always add more. So that's my little tip for that. Now I'm going to bring in the die. This is the largest floral in the set, and I'm going to go ahead and lay it on here and cut that out. Okay, so that die cut that pretty, pretty floral image out. I just wish you could see the shine on this. It's really, really cool using that Wink of Stella pen. So I do hope you try that. It's really a fun technique. Okay, so before I continue, we're going to put our card together. I want to mention the starter kit promo. And people have been asking me, what is a starter kit? Well, a starter kit is, if you're brand new, it's a great way to get a bunch of supplies. And if you're already a stamper, it's a great way to build up your supplies or fulfill your wish list. So basically, Stampin' Up's been around for 35 years, so they're having this special. So it's 35% off the standard price, or it's 35% more product. So that means instead of paying $99, which is the regular price, you get 35% off. So you pay $64.35, and then you get to go through the catalog and pick $125 worth of products. Or 35% more, you pay the normal $99, and you get $168.75 worth of products. So you go shopping through the catalog and you pick what you want. Then after that, you basically are a member of Stampin' Up, and the next time you purchase something, you get it for a 20% discount. So there's a little bit more details that I can share with you. I'd love to talk with you about it. So if you are interested and you want to know more, just either message me or email me. My email is right there. Another thing, if you join with me, you're going to be part of a larger group, so you're going to have access to many, many PDFs that you don't see, free PDFs. We're a fun group. We get together once a month via Zoom. We have a little team meeting and talk about all the new stamping things that we're doing. And then we get together quarterly for bingo games. and that's a chance to win prizes. So it's a lot of fun. Plus, I'm always around for personalized service. So I'm really quick to respond if you have any questions. So just wanted to throw all that good information out there because it is important and it's a great, great deal. So now we're going to continue. That was our commercial break, but now we're going to continue. So this piece here, going to bring in dimensionals. Actually, we're going to pop both of these pieces up on dimensionals. So I'm going to flip both of these over, and I'm wrong. I'm going to pop this one up on dimensionals. This one I'm going to glue down, and then I'm going to pop up my little pretty floral. So far, so good. Pretty, pretty. Okay, so now I think I'm going to add the bow. I have a ribbon here somewhere. So I got about a 10-inch piece of ribbon, and I'm just going to tie a bow and put it right there at the bottom with the glue dot. Okay, now for this, we're going to fussy cut it. First, I'm going to angle it on each end. And now I'm going to fussy cut it. And the only thing I want to make sure of is that I don't cut it too small because I'm going to use mini dimensionals to pop this up. So I'm going to make sure I keep that in mind as I'm cutting. Okay, so that's going to go right up here on dimensionals. Right at the end, I'm going to put 2 dimensionals because it's a lot to make up for that extra space for the dimensionals that are already on here. Just like that. So let's do the inside and make it pretty too. So I have a piece of Very Vanilla, and the stamp set that I am using, I'm actually going to use the Merry Christmas from the Brightest Glow. And so I'm going to stamp that in. Pretty peacock. Okay, I also have for the inside a pretty piece of that Designer Series paper. So we're just going to add that right to the bottom. And there is your pretty elegant Christmas card. I love that pretty peacock with the red. It's really, really pretty. And that shiny paper. And there's pretty inside. So let's bring in the other one and talk about it for a minute. So this one's a little bit non-traditional because it has that purple in there, but I just think it looks so pretty with the real red. So on my project sheet, I'm going to give you all the information for this card, and then down below you're going to see alternate, and I'll talk about the paper that was used and the colors that I used for this one. This one has silver foil on it, and I think it's so, so pretty. If you like them, which one do you like best? You got to let me know. So hopefully you like that card. Let's bring in a couple of others that we made this week. So here's the first one that we made. So the things that we did differently, I want to talk about that because I'm trying to show you guys everything you can do with these stamping bundles, whether it be a stamp set or the die set or both of them or whatever. So on this one, we cut out the letters with the dies right out of cardstock. Then on this one, we stamped the letters right on cardstock. This was our gift card holder. And then on this one, we stamped the letters, but we cut them apart, and then we popped them up on the dimensional sheets. The big, they're like dimensionals, but they're in sheets. So the letters are all popped up. And then here we made our little candy holder. I love this. And the paper we used here was all about, the joy of Christmas. And again, we popped up those letters on the dimensional sheet. So there's lots of depth to this one. So that's very pretty. And then here's today's cards. So I do hope you liked my videos this week. Go ahead and leave comments, click like, and share my post. I would appreciate it so much. And I will be back next week. Until then, don't be shy. Stamp and shout.